All right, let's see. Now we have a time for our special presentation, Damm'd If You Don't. So I'm going to call up Rachel and Malinda.
There we go.
Did I get future president?
So our props are lined up. They're supposed to be in front of us, so just bear with us if we're a little combobulated. So we're going to start off. So we're sharing life tips, tricks, hacks to help you save resources, time, money, and some of them are just to have a little more fun. Malinda Lee, Rachel Damme. So you'll be damned if you don't. So one I learned. So if you guys have, if you want to switch the slide. Do you guys have Oreos on your table? So I like Oreos. I'm trying not to eat them as much, but sometimes you just need an Oreo, and then there's milk around. So I learned not very long ago, I like the whole Oreo covered in milk, but I lose it at the bottom, and then I got to dig around with my hands. So if you just put it with a fork and then dip the whole thing in, then you get the whole Oreo covered, and then you can put the whole thing in your mouth right in the fork.
You can try it. They're on the table there.
With milk.
Put the milk in.
Yeah, and there's milk over there if you guys need to try it later after breakfast.
Dip it right in.
Dessert. So the next one is something that actually, it's a video both Rachel and I have done, and you might find pretty useful. And it's something that we've done with extra parts. So when you're done with like the onion, casings, you're not going to use that when you're cooking, or like carrots, the ends, you can chop off the ends or whatever. So here's something, a little tutorial about stuff that we've done.
I've shared this with my friends, my family, and now they all do it. And so it's great for, it's great for broth. And I cook my quinoa in it so that the quinoa has a little more flavor. So here's some of the things you can kind of save in a freezer bag over time as you're cooking. And if you don't compost or throw them away, you can do this with them.
Yeah, and you can make things like gravy, just add it to soup. It's like a veggie stock, essentially.
So it's things you don't even think that you could make veggie stock out of.
So you take notes if you want.
Yeah, Malinda does this now, my parents do it, Dustin does it.
Did you make this video?
No. This is the video I actually saw and started doing it though. So once you've gathered that whole freezer bag, you just add water. I had thrown some garlic and some bay leaves and some other seasonings, but you don't have to. And then you just strain it.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a tip. If you freeze your broth in ice cube trays, I'm like, they're just putting it in a bucket.
She's already damaged it, show. All right. So the next little trick, Christmas, it gets a little expensive, and so if you haven't thought of anything for Grandma yet, here's a little inexpensive trick. Take the pants hanger.
And you put Grandma's favorite recipe up there, and hang it
Hang
right
on
from
the
her cover.
counter.
Easy to read, right at eye level. And then for the kids, if you don't know what to get them, you can get them an empty ketchup bottle, and they can make little pancakes for themselves without making a big mess.
So here's a good idea, but I don't know if you guys like Larapin, but if you don't, something's wrong, like the Larapin dill sauce, but it's really hard to get out with like the knife and everything, so I actually emptied one of my ketchup things out and I put it in there, so that's something I actually do.
And then when you're done wrapping all those presents for your family, the wrapping paper always gets messed up or ripped, so if you take your old toilet paper rings, then you can cut it right down the middle and it holds the wrapping paper together. So
Yeah, you just take them out of the trash.
yeah, just take them out of the trash. These out fresh today, so put them in the auction. Very happy. And then also some other things you can do with these instead of throwing away or recycling them is, you know, put your USBs, your leashes, things like that, and label them, kind of get them organized. They're also a great speaker if you need a makeshift speaker for your iPhone or your regular phone. And then if you really want a womp womp, it really works though. I don't have a prototype today, but you can try it at home.
Yeah. And if you don't have enough, you know, you can't find enough in the trash of the TV rollers, there's always a cup you can use to enhance the sound. Then there's also Rachel actually does this.
Oh yeah, at
Explain
work we
this.
have like leftover coffee in a pot and I hate throwing it away. So, and I like iced coffee, but I don't like the ice in there because it melts and it makes it watery. So this is a good way to have some ice cubes made out of coffee. And then also I hate throwing basil away when it's going bad or like herbs from the summertime. So if you just freeze them in an ice cube tray in olive oil, they're nice just to pull out later and saute or put in soups or whatever you use your herbs for. And we also have a basket over here that has herbs, coffee, ice cube trays, and olive oil in it. So
Yeah.
purchase
If
that.
you're interested in that. Here's another trick that we found out, and it actually works really well. It's putting the wooden spoon across a boiling pot and dusted.
That one works.
Yeah, dusted.
He
If you
no
know any of
longer-
his stories about him falling
He no
asleep.
longer boils his macaroni and cheese water over.
Just be careful if it's a gas stove when you're doing that, because if it falls out, you know, wooden fire is the best.
And then this is also nice, this little tip here that you can have your, if it fits in the little slot there, your sauce will just drip right into it and sit right there, so you don't have to set it on the stove. And also, something cool that I found out a lot of people don't know is that the pasta spoons, this is actually 1 portion of raw spaghetti. So if you put it in there, well, for some people. So, because I always overcook spaghetti and make a huge pot and then have all this leftover noodles, and then this is, you know, like a small person portion and a bigger person portion. So depending on what spoon you have at home, very useful.
And should we be boiling those in our stock that we've made?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just checking. And also the
yeah.
mac and cheese,
While
right?
you're reading
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that.
Boiling the pasta. So then here's, you know, get ready for winter after summer when you're done with your little water noodles. You can use them for boots, ladies or men, you know, whatever you want to do. Cowboy boots and stuff, it keeps the hold them.
Yeah, because mine always flop over.
And then Rachel, you want to give your shoe?
Wow.
So if you have smelly shoes, you can put tea bags and it absorbs the odors. So you just put them in there and then good. All good.
Even if your shoes get wet, you have tea.
Yeah.
Forward to an ice cream.
I said, yeah, I don't suggest reusing them in your hot water and your tea, but be sure.
Also, if I always forget to pull out the butter and have it soften, and then I put it in the microwave for like pies, and then it ends up melting everywhere. So if you just grate it, it works out really well if you have like a cold butter stick. And then also, a nice way to clean your grater with all the cheese and butter is to use a toothbrush. So it kind of gets in the cracks and stuff, which I didn't really think of before.
You could probably use a new one.
After you pull out your toilet paper rolls, go ahead and grab the toothbrush and the bottom.
Tips and tricks.
So if you microwave water with pizza, this is a cool trick. The crust won't get chewy. So sometimes if you get round table and you go to microwave it, and then you're trying to like gnaw on the crust, and it's not comfortable for the teeth or mouth.
So I didn't know about this one. She didn't tell me about this one.
Well, you don't ever have leftover pizza.
Okay. So I use my microwave though, and I have done this several times. And an easy way to clean out your oven or your microwave, if you know you get splatters and stuff like that a lot, quite often. If you have kids, I'm sure that's an issue too. So if you just cut half a lemon and put it in a bowl of water, about a 1/4 cup, and then put it for 8 to 10 minutes then you wipe it off when it's all done, and it just comes off super easy. So there is a nice trick there.
So this next one is probably, I don't know, early 1900s, whenever these things were invented. It was passed down from generation to generation. Our family, this is the right way to eat a cupcake. So I don't know how many of you eat it the right way, but we're going to need a couple volunteers to come up and practice this with us.
Oh my gosh.
So, anybody?
I'm
That
really
seems
free, I
pretty
can't.
intolerant.
Yeah.
Right?
Bread? Yep.
Yes.
You gotta take the bottom off, put it on the top, and then eat it like a sandwich. Then you get the right ratio of frosting to the cake.
AJ, you want to come up too? Yeah? I helped you.
Okay.
Get in camera range, please.
All right, Rachel's on the right way. Oh,
Get
AJ.
together, get together.
And notice how they kind of got like it's going to be a race.
This is a single serving.
So now take the bottom and separate it from the top.
Oh, very careful.
Oh,
okay.
he's already there.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Eat it like a sandwich.
This is need to cut yours in half.
Ideally, it saves the
Tell us about it, Ray.
What do you think? Great experience. See? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not if you shove it in your mouth.
That's what my boyfriend says. He's like, I only had one bite of a cupcake. Okay.
Alright, moving on.
Alright.
This is nice if you don't have a lot of counter space, or if you're cooking a whole bunch of things and cutting up things, you just pull out a drawer and then put your cutting board right on there, and it saves space.
You don't want to clean up and just shove it right back.
Here's another thing that we found. So if you want an omelet and you don't want to buy all the ingredients, so you don't have leftovers, you just want that one omelet one day, you can actually go to a salad bar and just get the ingredients and then make your omelet. And it's already cut for you too. It's all chopped up. So that's kind of a nice little hack there.
How do you get your omelet to shape up like that? That's really
So
cool.
that's
That
the
one on the right
taco.
side? I've never been able to do that.
So Taco Tuesday at my parents' house, I always get the hard shells and they tip over and then all my stuff falls out and it's really disappointing. So I haven't used this yet, but I'm definitely going to try this next time I have hard shell tacos. So
That's a single bite, right?
yeah.
That's a Ray bite right there.
Ratio.
So this next one is something that I do frequently. I just started doing it though, actually about a year or so ago, and it's growing wheatgrass, and it's actually super simple. And we just were starting to grow stuff in our home because it was like coming winter, and so we were trying to just do some at-home stuff. So we started growing it, and I actually made a basket for the raffle. So if anyone wants to do it with everything to make it and directions and stuff, but it's super simple. You just buy the wheatgrass seeds at any gardening store, and then you soak them for 24 hours. You plant them, you water, keep the seeds moist for like a couple days, and then you cut, blend, chop, and you already chopped it, and then you straight in and you shoot it, shot. You guys know how to do that,
So wait,
but this
you
is
will-
just different.
You will go to the store to buy cut veggies for your omelets.
She ran out of time from doing
Well,
all
I
this.
can't grow potatoes and onions. Like my house can't be,
Your
like
house.
yeah, my house is pretty small, so I can't have like a garden and a couch and stuff. So that's what I do. Yeah, so that's good. And I wrote down a few things, so you can kind of see how healthy it is. So it actually has almost all minerals known to man included in it. It has 17 amino acids. It's a blood builder. It slows down aging. It also is known to actually help gray hair from growing. It's a natural healer, helps renew tissue. I mean, there's a huge amount of things that it does. So that's why I started doing it. So that's my serious talk, and we'll move on to the next one.
And if you're like me and don't want to shoot grass, there's a few tips on what to do with fast food.
Yeah.
So the cup lid is actually a coaster, so you know how the water condensation runs off of the cups, so it's actually a coaster, so you don't have the condensation all over the table. And then the Chinese food box is actually supposed to be opened up and used as a plate. So
And let me mention, in the basket, I put extra shot glasses so that they're multi-use. So if you don't want to use them for the wheatgrass or both, then you can take alcohol shots. So I know that you guys like that.
Speaking of alcohol, so if I have a warm bottle of champagne or white wine or beer, I wrap it in toilet paper, not toilet paper. Toilet paper still. I wrap it in a wet napkin and put it in the freezer, and it chills like 10 times faster than it would if you just stuck it in the freezer. So that's pretty handy. Just don't forget the champagne bottle in there because I've done that before and it's a big mess.
Yeah, I lived with her. It was great.
It's one of those big cooks ones too. So this is just something I wanted to share with you guys because I tell all my friends about it. But it's a Therma pen from ThermaWorks, and they range from like $70 to $100 and something. But I bought one for my dad, my stepdad, friends, myself. I've had mine for years, and it's so awesome. And it reads a temperature in like 2 to 3 seconds on meat. So when I'm barbecuing like 8 to 12 tri-tip at a time, I can just stick it in and I get them all at the right temperature, perfect temperature. And so we've added one to the auction for today.
She's not paid by the company.
I'm not paid by the company. It's just really awesome, and I seem to tell everyone about it, so I should get paid by the company. Also, some people don't know how easy jam is to actually make. So if you pick berries or you buy berries, you can make jam really easily. All it is surgel and sugar, and the recipe is right inside, and I put some on your table so you can take them home with you. The recipe is right inside, so of a whole bunch of different kinds of jams, and there's lower sugar ones in there, and then the kind that I make, which is a lot of sugar. And your health conscious, don't read the recipe.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the demo?
So if you don't have a bag clip, and you just, this might not work. If you just hold it like that, fold it twice, and then flip it back around, it's supposed to work.
So I brought some of these, so you use them. Yeah, you can just buy a clip. Still in your office.
Or you can do this.
Yeah, take them from Brian's office and then for chips at home.
But anyway, there's instructions if you guys are ready to do the back one. And this is another great idea to save space and keep your frozen vegetables where they need to be and not spilled out all over your freezer. So if you just clip them to that railing there.
And then just a few more things.
Oh, yeah, wrap up.
If you have like a bunch of tank tops or stuff like that, you can hang them with shower curtain rods and then hanging up stuff. You just take a picture, photocopy, and then put it against the wall if you have a photocopier.
The left one's good for scarves too.
So I guess we'll just kind of wrap it up. Here's just a few more things if you need notes, keys, and then the best one, obviously the duct tape. I know you all have dealt with that before, trying to find the end of that, so just put a paper clip on there and then you can always find it. And then painting, that's a huge one too.
You wrap a rubber band around it.
It's
I
just
just
a rubber
used that
band.
recently.
Yeah, and then old newspaper at the bottom of your bin just to absorb food juices if you have issues with that. So, yeah, that's a few more things, but
Yeah, we're out of time. So.
yeah, we're out of time. That's pretty much it though, so thank you.
And you'll be damned if you don't.
Yeah.